Hello, and welcome back. I'm playing the Artisan of Glimmith. My webcam is still on the fritz, so I'm not using it. I've just silvered the Inequality window. I'm going to continue now, and hopefully gild it. So this one could be a bit longer, since the puzzles will certainly get much harder. I'm going to go down here. Difficulty 3, puzzle number 42722. Alright, lots and lots of Geminis and Deltas. Alright. I found so far that the best place to start on these ones is whenever I've got the large half of an inequality backed against a corner. Because I know that whatever's here, this needs to be at least 2. And now look, since I've got both a Gemini and a Delta there, these two are going to have to be different shapes. And one of them has to be the same as this. And it's got to have at least area of 2, so it's going to be doing that. Now, the only way this can extend is by going further out into an eye-bar, and there's nowhere for this to do that. So that means this shape is finished. And if it's the same as that, that means that one's finished. Now I've got different inequalities, both attaching to this shape. So I have a line here, and I've got a single. Over here, it says it's different because of the delta, so this must be 2 singles. Now, this is bigger than whatever's here, so that has to be a single. What else do we have? Something here needs to be bigger than 2, so it's at least growing this far. Now, it can't go further because I can't Gemini that same shape to here. It could go round this bend, maybe, and then this would be this way or this way, potentially. Not that way, because this has to be at least size 2 because of that delta with this one. So this could potentially do that, or just this. But I don't know for sure that this goes here. So where to go now? I know this must grow, but I don't know where to, so that's not where to go. Here, whatever's here needs to be bigger than whatever's there. And whatever's here needs to be bigger than whatever's there. If these were connected, I would need something at least 3 here. And the only way I could have a 3 here would be like this, I think. No, sorry. Less than 2. So I would need a single here and a single there. Hang on, what's my assumption here? Am I assuming them connecting them for some reason? I am. This is just an assumption. We're testing. So these would both be singles. Then, because of that delta, I'd either need to connect to these or connect to these. This needs to be... Oh! Yeah, this needs to be larger than that. So if this connects this way, then what do we have? No, I wouldn't be able to put an eye bar there. So these don't connect. And this needs to be bigger than that, so it does go around the corner. That gives us not an angle here. But I also can't make an L shape because there's no way to Gemini that up here. So this one's done. Now, Gemini from here can't go that way because this delta would break. So it's going to have to go that way, which then gives us a single in the corner. Now that has to be bigger than that. That's a problem. So something is wrong. I have made an error in my logic somewhere. So who said this had to grow? Did it have to? According to that, yeah. Okay, backtracking. So yes, this did have to be bigger than a single. Wait, who said this had to be a single? So this is at least a double. Whatever's there. At least a double. Oh yes, and I can't grow it further because of this Gemini. So yes, that is set. Therefore that's set. Delta, that's the only thing that fits. Okay. Happy with that line. It's bigger than that. That gives us the line. Well, 2 things give us that line. And then I need bigger than 2. I've put this line here already. So bigger than 2. Could it go that far? It would have to connect to this as well because something here needs to be bigger than something. So if it did cross that line, it needs to cross here as well. And there's no way to Gemini that to here. So no, we do not do that. We do connect these. So this does have to go around the bend. But whatever's here needs to be bigger. Oh, I didn't try that, did I? How silly of me. That was my mistake. So that's a single. 3 is bigger than 1. 1 is the same as 1. 2 is different from... Oh, I need an I bar there. And we're done. We got there in the end. Couple of missed turns, but that's alright. Next, let's see. I feel like this one. Ooh, difficulty 4. Alright. And 71569. So, need a 4 here, need something bigger here. Alright. So you're going to be at least 5, are you? You could be a teardrop. You could just go round the bend. You're at least this big. You're at least this big. So we can write down 5 plus. 5 plus. And you're smaller than this, so you're 6 plus. That makes you 6 plus. And if you're 6 plus, then you're coming all around here. That gives us that shape. So we could have something like this. We could have something like this. We could have that as well. I don't know which. But you are this big. So you might not have that square. You might not have that square. You might not have that square. So I can't say anything more than this. But I do need the same up here. And this one's not coming around this bend. So I think I'm going to have that. And I think I'm going to have that and that. I can't fill in this one because I'd have to do it there as well because of Gemini. I can't fill in this one because of the yellow thing, which means I can't have this. So I think they're finished. Then what? So they were 6s. So this has to be 5. Clear all that. So this is going to be a 5, is it? And so is this. I could have 2 T's. Nothing stops me from doing that. And in fact, I must. Good. Where now? Should we go to the clock tower? Oh, wish me luck. Difficulty 7. 87712. Range 2 to 6. Mismatch. And inequality. So, where can I begin? This is bigger than something, so it's at least 2, and this is at least 3. What else have I got? This is bigger than something, but I don't know what to do with it. Range 2 to 6. Ah, so this is in fact 3 plus. Because at least this can be as a 2, and that makes this 4 plus. So that pokes it out of here. This is also 3 plus. So they could be separate. We do something like this, potentially. But now I need a 3 plus here, look. So it's possible that I do something like that. Don't know yet. And I don't know that I do this either. These could be the same shape. So here, this is bigger than something. That means it's at least 3. And I can't have a 1 on this side, so these are connected. And that gives me 4 plus here. But this has to be smaller. So I don't know yet what that's going to be. And this has to be bigger. Alright, so I've got a line here. Oh, similar here. Look, they're connected, but they've got different inequalities coming out. And look now, this is smaller than the bread, but it's bigger than whatever's here, so this is not red. What do I know about this one? Yeah, it's bigger than something, so it's at least 3. I don't think I know better than that yet. No, I don't know down there. Okay, you are bigger than something. You're at least 3. At least 4, actually. So you're at least here. And you're bigger than something. Where am I going from there? Let's see. 2 to 6. So the biggest I can be is 6. That should probably be helping me. Plus I have to worry about mismatch as well. I need to remind myself of that. That means I can only have a single 2. Only 2 3s in the entire game as well. Okay, so if this were a 3, then I might have something like 4 and 4. I did talk about that before. Then, oh yeah, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do there. Smaller than that. This one's bigger. So I need 4 plus here. Oh, I wonder if I've bitten off more than I can chew. I do not know my next move. Okay, I wonder if there are any chains here that I can enumerate in terms of area sizes. So smaller to bigger to bigger to bigger. I wonder if there's a better way I can do this. Okay, 1 dot, 2 dots, 3 dots, 4 dots, but also 4 dots here. And also 4 dots here. So I think I should clear 4 dots. Clear that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, and 4. Oh, and then look, 5 over here. So that seems good. So the and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh yeah, that's all of the sizes. So this is 2. Anything with 2 dots is a 3. Anything with 3 dots is a 4. Anything with 4 dots is a 5. And anything with 5 dots is a 6. Right, that helps. That's some solid shapes because I've actually got the 2 there. This 4, it can't join that 6, so it's going to be exactly that. 6 is going to be at least those. And the 6 can't be less than anything. So it's not there. Can't be less than that either. So it's at least here. Now this has to be at least 2 because of the minimum. So we've got that as well. So now we've got our 6. Now it's got to be more than something here. and that has to be at least 2. But I've already got a 2, so it can't be that kind of 2. I expect we're not finished there either. We'll see though. So I can wipe that, and that, and that, because they're dealt with. Let's see, I don't know which way you're going. You're 5. You're 3 or 2. And you're at least that, you're not connected to this. Because you'd be too big. I have a feeling this 5 is going to be up and down from here. It could be teardrop. But it's got to connect to something. It could just be that. Don't know what's happening here either. Wait, did I... I've made a mistake here, haven't I? There's nothing saying these can't join. Yeah, we don't know. We don't know. Yeah, that's a mistake I made quite some time ago. So over here, got 1 dot, 2 dots, 3 dots. But it doesn't extend any further than that. And so this is 2 or 3, 3 or 4, 4 or 5. Actually, worse than that. 2 to 4. 3 to 5. And 4 to 6. That's too wide to be useful, I think. Where else can I go? You could be the same 5. Could you be separate 5s? We could do something like that. Something like that. And something like that. Wait, why can't I do that? Same shape. So instead of that, I could do... I don't know, we could take that, and that, and... oh, maybe not. So what can we do? We can combine these. We could do that. Yeah, could, I mean, this could be different as well, couldn't it? It could be something like that, an F here. Oh, right. Yeah, this has to come around the bend. I hadn't realised that. So that one's done. Yeah, here, I'm not sure yet. Here I think we could make a couple of different moves. Or can we? Maybe I can nail this down. Alright, if I don't combine them... oh, this doesn't have to be 5. It can only be 4. We can do that. But who says this needs to be this big? This could be smaller. So we could have something like that and that. I think everybody's happy there. Even this. Not that, actually. Anyway, I don't think I can decide whether this one hangs a left or not. So I think I can't be too sure what happens. This may go up, it may go right, it may do neither. Okay, Okay, so let's move over here instead. What do we know? Here's a 6. This has to be 2 to 4. Well, 3 to... Hang on, what else do we know? Oh, look. I've got a 3 or 2, which I think I decided cannot be a 2 because I've already got a 2. So there are no more 2s. There are no more 2s. This is something I should have properly clocked. So this cannot be a 2. This has to be a 3. Because it has to be less than this, which is a 4, but it can't be a 2. So it's a 3. And this has to be more, so this is the other 3. So this cannot be a 3. And that also means I can tighten these. This is, well, now I've got both 3s actually, so that's a 3, that's a 4, that's a 5, and that's a 6. Because there are only 2 possible 3s in a game of mismatch. So I've already got the bendy 3, so I have to have the straight up and down 3. And that means this is at least a 4. But it's bigger than something, and I can't have any more 3s, so this has to be a 5. It's smaller than something here. So this is at least 6, 4, 5. Oh, I spy trouble. Why couldn't it be 4 again? Because it's got to be bigger than something. Now, how am I going to get a 6 here? Could I have had this one wrong? Could this 3 actually go around the bend? Oh, I still don't fit a 6 here, do I? Could it have gone around this bend? Then this would have to do this, and we've got this. Now, this needs to be bigger than something, so it's going to have to join this one. And what's left in here? 7, but I need a 5 and something. That's not looking good. It's not looking good at all. 4 less than 5, 4 bigger than 3. 4 less than 5. Something bigger than something here. So this one is very unhappy. Now, there's no way for this to soak up more space, is there? So I've got a very unhappy single there. Oh no, this might be a redo. I think I am going to redo. Let's redo. Okay, I think I had good ideas back there. So since it's range 2 to 6, I know these are connected, and these. And I've got 1, 2, 3 along here. And over here, I've got... Well, let's give this 1 to start with. No, but it's got to be bigger than that, so it's 2 and this is 1. It's got to be smaller than that, so we've got 3 here. It's got to be bigger than that, so we've got 1. That's got to be bigger than something, so that's... Everyone gets 1 more dot. I don't know about you. 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't know about you. But less than that, so we've got 5 here. That makes me think I had something wrong last time, because I could have sworn this was supposed to be a 5 last time. 1, less than 2, less than 3. Less than 4, and also less than 4. and also less than 5. Wait. 4. Maybe that wasn't a mistake. 1, less than 2, less than 3, less than 4. 1, less than 2, less than 3, less than 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we've got something smaller than the 3, so 1 or 2. And over here, we've got 5 here. Okay, so now that we've got 5 pips, that's all of our ranges done. So, 1s are 2s. 2 or 3. But it is a 3 because this is a 2. So you're a 3. You're a 3. You're a 5. 5. 5. 4. 6. Right, so I'm ending up going the same way as before. You're doing that. You're doing this. A 6 can't be less than anything. Same here. I can't have a 1, so we're going here. You're only 5, so you're there. You're bigger than something. Now, I've got a 2, so it's a 3-4, a 4-5, and a 5-6. But I've got 2 3s, so it's a 4, 5, 6. Here is bigger than something. The smallest thing this can be is a 4. 4 or 5. And here we've got 5 or 6. 5 or 6. 4 or 5. I can do that for all of them, I suppose, now. So this has got to be a 4 or 5. It's got to be at least this big. Okay, so what do we have in here? We've got a space of 17. A lot of these are going to have to combine. Say these are 5s. If I combine 2 sets of them, that's 10. Could I combine even more than 2? If I combine 3 into 1, then that's 5. And I combine the other 2 as well. I've got 10, got 13. So I do have 4 to mess around with. So it could be 1, 2, 3. But there's one more. That's no good. Okay, if these two are not joined, then this would have to thread the needle between them. They would both have to go outwards. That would have to join this. Now everyone's in trouble. So at least one of these does join this. I need to follow the thread I was on before a little bit more. So what do we have again? We have 17 in here. If I eat all of these with one shape, I've got 12 left. Let's say for a moment that these all go in other directions. That's 12 that I've got to soak up with 13's worth of stuff. So I would have to combine these. And then I've got 4 more to use. 1, 2, 3, and I can't take another. So even if I tried to fill everything up, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, then there's a 5 unhappy, or if I combine those, I've got that unhappy. So what if I try and make one of these into a 6? So what if this one's separate, for example? Let's join these. And then I'm going to have 1, 2... Let's say that's the long boy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I've got 5 here. I have screwed up. This doesn't look possible. You're 5. You're now 6, but this 3 is now impossible. How am I going to make this work? So there's no way this does this. This 5's got to get out. This 3... Let's say for a second it sort of stays out of the way. That means this is the long one. I've got 14, but I've got these numbers to satisfy. Well, I suppose I can have 5, 5, and 4. Everyone's happy then, aren't they? Is that my solution? There might be other ways to do it. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe that is the only way to do it. Alright, I'm going to go with that for now, but try to remember that this middle bit may not be correct. So that would make this a 4, and this. Now, there's only so many tetrominos. We've got 6 here, 4 here. Okay, so 3 bigger than 2, 4 smaller than something, so we need at least 5 here. But it's got to be bigger than something here. So this is going to have to be a 5 to be bigger than something. Because I'm not allowed any more 3s, remember? So 5 here, I would need a 4 here, and 5 smaller than... I need a 6 here now. How am I doing that? Uh-oh. Okay, so if I sit back up here... Alright, had to take an unexpected break there. Where were we? Right, yes, I couldn't get this area to work. Alright, if I don't worry so much about any of this... If I say that this piece is up for grabs, then can I do it? Because I believe that this has to be bigger than something. But that something cannot be a 3, so this must, I believe, be a 5. And therefore must be that big. Six, bigger than 5, bigger than 4, smaller than something, so I need 6 here. So if I were to do that, then I could have 4 here. That's the only way I can see to make this work. That puts this here, and that puts that there, which seems very awkward for the inhabitants of this area. 11. No, 11 just doesn't work, does it? I would need a 6 and 1 5. So this could be part of the 6. No, it can't, because it's got to be less than something. This has to be a 5. Is there any other way that I can do this? So 4 bigger than 3. Now, is there really no way that I can poke that one upwards? Maybe I should be thinking more about this. So there's 11 left. 5 there. 5 there, but then I've got this pesky 1 to deal with. You're 5. You're 4. 3's in trouble. If you came around the corner, then everyone's having a bad day. And I can't join these because, well, because of that. Different inequalities pointing to this. Oh, I mean, there has to be a solution, but I cannot see it right now. The area I think I'm probably seeing wrongly is this area. So I've got to go through this again. 2 less than 3 less than 4 less than 5 less than 6. And yeah, range 2 to 6 meant that these had to be connected. And so I think all of that tracks. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So am I looking at this one correctly? Let's look at it again. You have to be 6, so you have to go at least this much. If you go there, you have to be smaller than something, but nothing can be bigger than 6, so you can't go there. If you go here, you have to be smaller than something, but nothing can be bigger than 6, so you can't go there. If you go here, you're doing this to Wondom, and Wondom is not good because we have range 2 to 6, so you're not going there. Can you have both of these? No, because again, it has to be smaller than something. Impossible. So you are this size. Therefore you can't be a 3 because I've got 3's here and here. 2, 3. Wait, who says this has to be a 3? Yeah, it does have to be, right? Because this 2 was fixed because of this inequality chain. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this has to be less than 4. But I've already had a 2, so I can't have a 2. So it has to be a 3. So yeah, the 3's are both taken. So anything that's less than a 5 needs to be a 4. Anything that's less than a 6 needs to be a 5 or a 4, but anything less than a 4 would need to be a 3. So I would have to have a 3 up here, which is not allowed. I've already got 2 3's. Mismatch says I can't have 3 of them. So this would have to be a 4. Therefore, this has to be a 5, because it has to be less than a 6. So that does force this shape. Now I need a 6 here. Whatever this does, it's taking up this space. This is the most of... So I need a 6 here. This needs to be a 6 as well. Wait, hang on. 6 bigger than this. This needs to be less. Okay, no. This needs to be a 4. And so I would need this and I would need that. That makes this one bend. That makes this one straight. But then I can't make all this work. I can't have 2s or 3s. So this has to be at least a 4. And the inequality chain means I need 4, 5, 6. So this has to be 5. They have to join. But then look what's left. And I'm in trouble. Where is my mistake? Gotta follow these moves again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A 6 cannot be smaller than anything, so it goes to the end. Range 2, so it can't come here and cut this, so it has to go up and again. This is 4 or 5 until you see that it needs to be bigger than something. And since it needs to be bigger than something, we can't have any 3s because of these. So that makes it and yeah, it needs to be bigger than this, so we need 4, 5, 6. This 3, if it goes straight, doesn't leave enough room for this to be a 6. You would have to go there, and now this is in trouble. Now I can't make all this fit. This is fiendish. Right, I think it's another restart, and if I can't figure it out, if I can't see my mistake next time, then I will move to a different puzzle. Range 2 to 6. You cannot exist as a single, you grow. Let's do some inequality chains. I won't do just 1s and 2s. 2, 3, less than 4, less than 5. 4 there. 4 there. And here, we don't know. Less than 3. 1 or 2. So, should we try starting somewhere else? I don't think so. I don't think starting somewhere else is the right move. I think starting here is the right move. Because there's only 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 in terms of range. That's 5 different numbers. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and there's 5 different values in my inequality chain here. So that gives us 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And if this is a 4, it's less than this. This could be a 6, couldn't it? Is that my mistake? So these numbers are only valid because they're in a chain which is kind of capped on both ends. These aren't valid. This has to be 5 or 6. 5 or 6. This is going to save me. And I can't have a 2. In fact, I can extend this. That puts this here. I can't have a 2, so this is a 3. Because it has to be less than 4, but not a 2. So I've got both 3s. That means I can't have 3s anymore. So that means this is minimum 4, 5, 6. So I do have 4, 5, 6 up here. And here again, 4, 5, 6. So this has got to be at least 4. 4 or 5. 5 or 6. 5 or 6. 4 or 5. Got 1, 2, 3, so this is 4, 5, 6. And here. Alright. This 6 needs to get out. It does exactly that. I can't say much more about these, I think. What about here? This 4 might do this, or it might do this. Either way, this is maximum 3 used up. It's got to do more. This could crawl out this way, I suppose. This could come down here. And then it could do that. So I don't think I can say much more about this 6 other than that. I can't say anything about that or this. I don't know what this does. It might just go in a straight line, in which case this could just be a 4 rather than a 5. So I can't touch that, I think. Okay, here though, I think I can do what I did earlier, and then hopefully get a better result later. So this is doing at least this. Okay, so this is going to come here. This needs to be 4, so it needs to be precisely that. This comes here, can't go up, can't go down, for reasons I've talked about a few times. Can't go down here, so we're doing exactly that. Is that 6? 6. More than this, but it's got to be at least a 4. In fact, it's got to be a 5 because of that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Done. This feels a lot better with the 5, 6 here. I thought these were 5s before. That's what was screwing me up. Yeah, bad logic. Okay, so I have a line here, a line here. A line goes between incompatible numbers, I guess. Okay, so I've got at least 2, I've got at least 3, in fact I've got at least 4. So these are 5 or 6s. They could join. When now you do this, let's say that this 6 is giving maximum pressure. So this is here. Let's say there's pressure from this side. 3, 4, 5, 6. I think we do that. That would make this bent and this straight. So I could do that and that. I'm expecting to see... that fits very nicely, and I think it's probably correct. So I'm going to go on as if it is. So I think this is going to have to be a T. Or maybe something else. I'm seeing a Cassiopeia here, probably. And now it looks like I'm going to have to do that and that. Okay, which shapes are... This I need to be just 5. That's currently 6. So okay, we can do something like this. This can be 5, like so. That's okay. This all feels pretty reasonable. Thank goodness. Okay. So now, I don't know if everything here is its only possible mode. Like, now I've got 2 big crosses. So was there another way to do this? What if this were the 5 and this were the 6? Yeah, no one's angry about that. So there's some wiggle room for shapes up here. They're certainly connected. And they're certainly connected. And that's set. Was there another way to do this? Yes, I think so. So I don't think I can set these. But if this is strictly a 5, it's going to have to take up that much space. There's 6 available here, or 7. If this were only 5, then what? This would have to join with this, and then we'd be too large. So I think this does have to be this shape. Could it do this even? That would be too big. This can't be a 6, can it? No. So I think this does have to be that shape. I don't know about this though, so... I suppose I do know that they all combine. I just don't know who takes these 2 spaces. Oh, you can only have that one or that one, so you do have that. Okay, now I just don't know who takes those 2. Alright, I think I'm satisfied with that. I don't know exactly what size these are going to be. Because I think I decided this could be the 6 and this could be the 5. Or this could be the 5 and this could be the 6. And I think, yeah, we're going to have to decide that later. So 5 and 6 one way around or the other. So we've got a 1, 4 and 1, 5 here. Where can I go from there? Alright, we're not having a 1 or a 2 or a 3. Am I allowed that kind of a 4? Yeah, I am. I don't have one somewhere else. Could I have that kind of 5? No. But it probably could be various kinds of 6s. So, this much at least. What about here? Can't have a 1, can't have a 2, can't have a 3. Maybe that kind of 4. But I'm not having that because I've got one here. I'm not 100% about that line, so I should be careful there. Okay, what about here? You're at least that big. You can't be a 3 bar, you can't be a 4 bar. If you come around the corner, you've got to get quite a lot bigger. In fact, you'd probably have to be 6, I'm not sure. But I need a 4 here, so you're not part of that 4, that's too big. So what are you? You could be part of that, but then I think I might have problems with these. Yeah, I definitely don't see my move here. Let's say this is giving all of the pressure. Then I'd have an L. Now neither of these could be L's, so this would at least do this, but that's broken. So it would in fact have to be this. Which I think is okay, I don't have that somewhere else. I wouldn't be allowed this either. I'm not allowed that. So I would do this, and now that's a 6. A sickle. So no big problem there. Now you, what would you do? It's got to be something bigger than whatever's there. I mean, could do something like that. Something smaller here, so you can by all means be part of that 5. Do I have one of those? I don't think so. It's got to be smaller than something here. That's my only Cassiopeia, I think. I need a 6 here. Ah. Now I've got a problem. This, and this, this, and this. Alright, I think we're in trouble there. I'm gonna wind all this back. It was not looking good, I think. What did I say about this? I think at least that is true. This can't go further back than that. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it does have to push out here, but I don't know how much more. Yeah, I want to solve this, but I don't know how currently. You could have something like that. That would keep it separate from this. I'd still need a 6 here. It could be part of that. Is that 6? Yeah. Then maybe I'd have this. Maybe I'd have a 4 here. Or maybe just a different kind of 5. Could be one of those. I would then need a 6 here. Alright, maybe that's my sickle. Don't know what's going to go here. Then I would need a 6 here as well. Maybe that. this 7's a problem. Because I can't make a 7, can I? 6 and 1's no good. 5 and 2's no good. 4 and 3's no good. So I can't have a 7 here. Interesting. Well, I can do that. Now I've got 8. But I would need a 6 and a 2, and I'm not allowed that either. Yeah, it's too many guesses here. It's too many guesses. Now, why was I happy with that shape? Right, because this can't go back on itself, that's why. Yeah, I think these are all just going to get disambiguated by what comes out here. But what is going to come out here? This one's very tricky. I could make an assumption like these are the same shape, but I'm not sure if that's fair to do. I don't know, maybe I try it. Maybe I say they're all together, and it'll poke out in one direction or the other, I don't know. So 5 needs to be bigger than 4. That would mean I need a 6 here. I've already got this shape, so I'm not going to do that. So I do this instead, or I could do, something like that. I'm just going to get back to where I was before, aren't I? I think we already have one of those. Yeah, up here. Do I have an F? Not yet, I think. But 5 needs to be less than whatever's here. So maybe I've got one of these? $13. How am I going to fill 13? I would need... Can't do 4, so I would need at least 5. I think I've already got that shape somewhere. Yeah, I do there. And this is still 8. I don't think I can fill this with unique shapes. I could do a couple of L's, but that's not going to work. Plus, yeah, this is broken. Oh, this could take more space, come to think of it. So hang on, 5, less than 6, 5, less than 6. I've already got these shapes. Okay. Can I rearrange them? They're the same right now. Oh, I need this to be 5 at maximum as well. Oh. Right, this can only be a 4 or a 5, so I can't combine these. Need a 6 here. And it can't combine with that. Oh dear. What a mess this is. Oh, it's all a big mess. It's all a big mess. Okay, so you need to be 4 or 5. If you touch this, then you need to be a 5 and you need to be a 4. But then you would need to be a 5 or part of that 4, I suppose. So let's say you're part of that 4. You'd pretty much have to be one of these, which means I need to change these. Then I guess you're a 5. Don't think I have a P yet. You've got to be a 5 as well. I don't have an L. 4, 5, 6. Now we're in trouble. Can't do that. Okay. Now we're moving again. So 4, less than 5. 5, less than a 6, which I need here. This is 11. So you could be a 5. Wait, hang on a second. Could have a 6 here. And I don't know, a P here. And this 4. But I've got a 4 there, so I can't have that. And I can't have that. Okay, so you go one further. Now this 9 I need to break up. But I do need a 6 here, so now I've got trouble again. Okay, so what if this 6 is eating these 2 spots? Can you be a 5, or was that not allowed? That was not allowed. So you've got to be this kind of 6. Now you'd need to be smaller. And the only person who can take a bite out of you is going to have to take it here. You're already 5. You're already 5. Okay, let's imagine that you take it for a moment. Now, what's this going to be? It's got to be at least a 5. Could it be this one? But now who has this? Is there any world where this one can be longer? No, because I need 4, 5, 6 in this chain. This really can't be a 5 because of that. And it can't be a 4 because I think of this. Maybe I can change that. If I did, if this could be a 4, then what happens here? It's got to be more than this. It has to be 5. These can't connect though. It'll be 6. It doesn't work. Okay, Okay, what if you're not you? What if you're you? No, 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 no. Gotta be that big. Need something... Okay, what if you're there and you're there? Now, can you change? Got that shape here. And that's not going to fly either. Okay, can we consider joining these again? Oh no. It's got to be less than something. And if we join these... Oof. Wow, this is difficult. Alright, let's look somewhere else. Let's look down here. I'm not 100% here, but I don't know what else I can do for now. So, here, I've got 4 or 5, and if these join, then I've got 6 here. Let's say for a second that they do. I would need 6 out of here, so... That's 5. I might have something like that. Let's say these are doing this. I might have, I don't know, that. I've already got an L, I can't do it. Sorry, I've already got an I, and I've given myself an L here. Okay. And I've got a Z over there as well. So I think I need other options for this. It's okay, this can move. That's still an L. Can this be an O? No, this needs to get out, doesn't it? Can't do that. Can maybe do that. This could be a long L, I guess. No, I've already got one. Now, what are you going to be? Can't have an I bar. I almost certainly can't have an L. So you're going to be a T? Maybe, but then how the heck am I going to deal with you? Now I'm just getting myself another L here. Oh no. This is absolutely fiendish. Right, this might be the place to look, because I'm confident in this. I, L, T, O, and Z. Those are all of my tetrameters, and I is taken. So L, T, O, and Z is all I've got. Z is taken. So L, T, and O are all the 4s that I'm allowed. So out of all of these, and this one must be a 4, and this one must be a 4, and this one must be a 4. So that makes this a 5. That makes this a 5. Okay. So this one cannot be the O. So that means one of these must be the O. One of these must be the T, and one must be the L. That means this is not an L, this is not an L. So if I'm right about this U, then I've got my hook shape down here. And over here, I've already got one of those. So I need the stretchy Z. If I'm taking this as correct, then I'm taking these as correct. Okay. So the O is either here or here. Should we imagine for a moment that it's here? What would that mean for us? Yeah, not much immediately. What if I imagine that it's here? What would that mean for us? That would mean I need at least this. And I wouldn't be allowed an L because one of these has to be an L. Suppose I could have a Z? Then I need a 6 here. 1, 2, 3. 5 needs to get out. 4 needs to get out. Oh, hang on. Then what would I do with this 5? This would either have to be an L or a T. So it's doing that either way. This could be part of the same one, couldn't it? Yeah, I think so. Nothing's saying it can't, but look, I'm out of 4s now, so it can't come here. But that's a problem because I can't put it here either. If I put it here, all I can do is an I-bar for this, and that's not allowed. So hang on, does that all follow from just joining these? So again, unless I've forgotten some tetrominoes, which is possible, are there only 5? I don't know, I'm feeling like an idiot, but I need to, tetromino, search. Okay. We have 5 free tetrominoes, as apparently they know. And these are those 5. And the I is taken here, and the Z is taken here. And I think those are correct. So, if I'm right about that, there's only these 3 left, and an O doesn't fit here. So it has to be L or T. Oh, the L could fit this way, but no, then this 5 is in serious trouble. So it has to be L this way, or T this way. That's its only options. So these 3 do connect. Then what? So this is well, actually this doesn't it doesn't matter if we're doing the O here or not at that point. This much is true so far. So that is a new undo point, I guess. But now if we do put this here, whatever this is needs to grow to be at least this big in that direction. And so what's going to happen here? This is going to be a 5. If I connect to these, this suddenly has to be a 6. If I don't, it could still be a 5. Can't be a 4 though, because we've soaked up all remaining tetrominoes from these 3 4s. So over here, what am I doing? If this were a T, then we could do something like this to start with. But then if I go right, I'm saying 5 is bigger than 4. Now I need to have another tetromino, which I'm not allowed. So I'd have to go up. And now let's cut this off, look. And I can't go back on myself, or that violates the no dangling wall principle. Rule, whatever. So what I can say from that is that if this is an O, this is not a T. So let's back up. That does do that still. But let's back up a bit and make this an L instead. Now what? Now I might have more in the way of options, or do I not? So this still has to get out. If it goes there, this one's in trouble. If it goes there, I've got the same problem. And it can't reach there. So I think I can say that this is not the O tetromino, unless I've made a mistake, which is very possible. And so I think I can put the O there and lock it. Now what can I do? Let's say this were to come down. It's saying 6 is more than 5 is more than 4. This would have to do this. Now 5 is less than, I would need a 6 here, and I would need a 6 here as well. That could be this 6. Like so. I can't connect these, it's too long. That's 6 now, I think. Yeah. So I would need to have something like that. That would pull this 5 this way. I've already got that shape, so I'd have to do something else. And I need a 6 here. And I think we're seeing problems. I can't make you 5, can I? If you come the other way, does it work? No, you're 7 now. No, so... Now, does that all follow? So all I said there, I think, was if this goes down. Let's check it again. This would have to do at least that. It can't join that. So this is its own 5. Let's say it fills all its quota to the right. This one could come here. I can't have that shape, but we'll ignore that for a moment. I'd still need a 6 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. But, oh, in fact, I'd need a 6 here, so I'd have to do something like this. Right, same shape. Well, it could eat this space instead. No, it can't. It can't go there. So what would it do instead? It could go there, perhaps? But now I'm back in the problem I was having earlier. So I think, and this could certainly be wrong, but I think I'm going to go with it. It does not go there, I think. So if I extend it this way, something else has got to take this. I don't know if I'm attacking this the right way. So this would also be an L or a T. There's various ways an L could go here. Or a T. There's all sorts of ways that could go as well. Probably others, yeah, like this. Right. So that's not the place to start. I could maybe narrow down whether this is an L or a T. So if you're a T, then you'd be an L. And you would go 1, 2, 3, then I don't know what. You don't go there. You wouldn't be going there, because because that would force another tetrameter here, and I'm not allowed. So you'd be doing this. And say you went right, then I would have problems, I think. So I wouldn't be able to fill this up. So I think you wouldn't go right. Maybe you'd go up. Then what? I might have... This, again, wouldn't be able to go there. So I might have something like a Z. Or an F. Then I'd have a 6 here. Something like that. I'd have a 5 here, but I can see a problem. I can't go both sides. And I've already got a U. So what would I do there instead? I can backtrack that. There's probably other ways to do it. So what was I saying here? I was saying that this... if this is a T, this would have to go this way. I was saying it can't go here because this... I can't fill things. It's too much distance between them, so it would have to be... Wait, I can't have this kind of shape. I've already got this kind of shape. Let's try this once more. That's broken. You'd have to be L there or L there. So you're L here. You need to take up 2 more, but you can't take them in any sane way. If you go up instead, it's no better. It's no better. So no, I don't think you go right. I think you go up if this is a T. But I've got that shape and it has to be 5. There's nowhere else you can go. So I think this is the L. I'm going to lock it and hope. This could all come crumbling horribly down. Okay. 4 is less than 5 is less than 6. I'm happy with that so far. I can't have this 5 come here still. So it's going to have to be a teardrop. So it would go there. I then need a 6 here and a 5 here. If that's the L, this would have to be the T. And this does not look good. I can't do that. I can't do that. What can I do? Oh no. Wait, what about this? No? That doesn't work. It's not bigger than 5. Is there another way that I can place this? I'm saying that this is definitely an L. Do I really know that? And yet if I do touch here, then this does have to be a 4. Not allowed a 3, not allowed a 2. But at this point I've used the L, I've used the O, and I'm saying that the T would then have to be here. So I can't have anything less than a 5. So no, it can't go there. It would have to go here. But then I need this to be part of 6. It would have to be something like that. Now your only option is to be Z. And then I've got problems here still. Look, so if I make that part of the T, I'm expected to have a tetromino here, which I can't. If I make it a Z, then I've got a single. So I've got real problems over there. So maybe I had some flawed logic in deciding where all these 4s go. Do we have to look at this again? I was happy with this 6. I was happy with the 4 and the 2. So these lines are here. If this is a 6, this has to be less. It can't be a 4 because of the 4, 5, 6. It's at least 3. It's 4, 5, 6, so it's at least... It has to be 5. It has to be this shape. Now this 6... Could this have filled up this space? No, this 3 had to bend that way. This 3 had to bend that way. That meant that this 6, to be anywhere that gives that 4 space, had to be here. So yeah, I believe I do have a Z there. And if I'm right that I've got 4, 4, 4, and look, greater than in a row, less than in a row, greater than in a row. So yeah, these do have to be 4s, given that I'm not allowed 3s or 2s. And there's only 3 to choose from. The O can't go here. So I think I need to try this again. So if an O is here, then what? I would have an L or a T here. So it's a T. This 5 has to be here, can't go there. It would have to go here, can't go there. If it goes here, this 5's in trouble, so it goes here. But now I've got a duplicated shape. So no. We don't have a T. Do we have an L? Well, I still can't go there, so I'd have to do this. And already we're broken. Doesn't work. So that can't be that, so it has to be here. Let me see T or L. I think I've got a mistake somewhere. Let's analyze this section again real quick, just in case it's here. And this section, screw it. So 654, I'm happy with that. 654, happy with that. If this 4 were to go left, six can do this kind of thing. Why did I think it couldn't? Why did I think it couldn't? Ah, I know why. I can't do an eyepiece. I can't do an L like that. The 6 doesn't have space. I can't do an I, therefore it does take this. There's nothing stopping me having an L here. So I did have a mistake here. So I don't know this happens. Well, I know we at least do... Yeah, I know that we at least do this. I don't know that you take this. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. And you don't do that, so you do this. Well, shit. I had that really wrong. What did I have before? I had this. And I had it locked. Why? I think because I thought that I needed L's over here. Tetris L's. That was flawed. Okay, good. I think that is my shape. And I think this is my shape. Alright, you're still not going there. Uh-oh, maybe this still does not work. I'd have a T there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 maybe. But I can't do this. Or that. Alright, so we're still not happy. Alright, I thought I was moving there, but I'm not. So the most space you can take up is this. We can take it the way that to make it grow here. You can't grow there. We could take it the way that to make it grow here or here. Alright. If you are L, let's check this one more time. Then you are T. You are 1, 2, 3. You can't go there. 4. You can't go there. You can't go there because you'd be a used shape. You'd have to go here. Now, you then have to be part of a 6. And we're in horrible trouble. There's no way for this to meet this. Do you know what? Why do I have this as being a 5? Or if it is a 5, this has to be a 6. And this is a 5, this has to be a 6. Okay. We can move on some areas that I hadn't realized we can move. I think I'm actually happy with that and that and that. Not with that. Okay. Back to here. You are a 6. And you are a 6. But you're a 5. Oh, shit. Oh, that's not good at all. Oh, that's not good at all. So, I can soak that up. But I thought one of these had to be a 4 and one had to be a 5. But I can't have 5, 4, 5, 4. Because all the 4s are taken. Oh god, I think I'm going to have to restart again. This puzzle is so hard. Alright, let's cleanse the palette. Cleanse the palette with a different puzzle. And then I am going to try again. Oh, in the tower. Absolutely fiendish. Okay. Do you know what? A lovely one down here. Area number Inequality. It's puzzle 36569. What do we got? It's a 10 and a 15, and it's 25 total. So it's 2 regions. So the smaller region is part of this. The larger region is part of this. Now, my first thought is to do this, but can I indeed do that? If so, I need the other shape on the other side of this, like that. I need the small shape here as well. And there. But I need the large shape here. Oh, tricky. Maybe it doesn't come around this way? Maybe it comes around this way? No. Okay, let's think again. So I need small shape, which is going to be yellow. Here, 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 and here. And here. I need big shape, which is going to be purple. Here, 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 and here. I think it's pretty fair to say that we're going around this edge. Is it? Maybe it isn't. Well, we're not getting through here, are we? So the only way these purples can join is by doing this. And indeed, the only ways these purples can join is by doing this. Now these yellows need to join. So, is that 10? Oh yeah, there we go. Don't like it. Much better. Maybe one more easy one. Oh, I don't want to take up all the ones, actually. There are 3. Maybe a nice 3. Puzzle 02569. Range 4 to 6, Inequality. Where do I begin? For some reason, I want to put an L there. A square here. I don't know, a T there. Another square here. No, not a square there. Okay, this is interesting. Since we're range 4 to 6, whatever happens in here has to fill it up. But we need smaller to bigger to bigger. So this has got to be a 5. And then 4 here and 6 here. So they're connected, they're connected. And this has to be smaller, so this yellow is not going to join that. So we might do something like this, and maybe one more out here, because this thing needs to get out. We might have been able to go the other way. Like that. Ah, but look here. Problem. No, so I think my initial thought is possibly better. Need this to be a 4. Need this to be a 5. So maybe you're like so. You need to be something bigger. Need 5 here, need 4 there. Oh dear. You could be bigger. But I need... Yeah, this needs to be 5. Right, so I'm guessing I've messed up these first few shapes. There's nothing was saying that it... Oh yeah, it can't go here. Okay, hang on. Let's back up. What do we actually know? We know this much, this much, this much. There's only 2 ways for this to go. Say it goes down. Can I rule it out? I need something not 6 here. So this 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's not going to work. So this does go this way. Now there's only 2 options for this. It's an L or it's a Z. This needs to be bigger than something. So something which is 5 needs to go here. 5 or 6. Which means it needs to get out, therefore it needs to soak that up. So this is an L. We're not going there, so we are going here. Could be more, could be 6. Now you. Something lesser needs to be here. And I already tested this, didn't I? If you go that way, then this is in trouble, so you don't. So whatever this is needs to come out this way. Could be bigger. Could take that. I don't know. I expect it doesn't. I expect we're going to have this, which I think I had earlier. But now here I need something smaller than whatever that is, while bigger than this. So I do need 5 here. And this is not happy. So how do I make it happier? I have a feeling that I need to combine some shapes that I've not thought of combining. Can these be combined? I don't think so. Because, you know, range 4 to 6. I don't think so. Oh wow, I'm really struggling today, aren't I? Say you're 6. Then what? So you go this... No, you can't go this way. That would be nonsense. Oh, you go here, can you? You go here. Can you? You go here. I need something bigger than 5. But you're not 6 yet. You can be finished. Six can't be less than something, that's nonsense. I can't have this doing that. Can't have that. 4 can't be bigger than anything. Can't be 5. Am I being a complete idiot here? I feel like I am. Yeah, I've only got 4 here. No, oh no. How am I struggling on this now? Okay. So range 4 to 6. There's only an exit of 1. I can't have like a 4. It would always leave a space of at least 2, or 1 or 2. So this does all have to be together. And it is 4, 5, 6. Maybe my brain is broken today. Okay, this cannot be here. It could maybe be there. Have I tried that? Well, no, then I can't make this one 5. I tried making it here? Maybe I haven't. I don't like this. No, that doesn't look good at all. Can't do this. This doesn't work. I'm back where I started. Wow. I can't do it. Right, this 4 is never bigger than anything. So there's no way it comes here. And I ruled out this going south, didn't I? Because if it does... I'd have to do something like this. I'd have to do something like this, which is no good, because we can't have something bigger than a 6. So we don't do that, we do this. Now, there's no way I do that, because 4 isn't bigger than anything. So the 4 does have to be this way. Now, since I need range 4, this has to emerge. But it has to be bigger than something. It can't go back on itself, so it has to do at least this. It can't go there. So now I need 5 or 6 here. I need 4 or 5 here, as long as this, depending on what this one is. So if these are both the same 5, then we might manage. Because at the moment there's 15 to fill, and well, a 4, a 5, and a 6 is exactly 15, actually. 4, 5, 6. Ah, of course, this has to be less. So this 5 cannot be both sides of this. This 4 would have to come here. And we're in trouble. So if we combine some instead, if these are the same shape, they'd both have to be a 5. It would have to be a 5. But I still need something lesser on this side. How can I possibly do that? Small shape here. So, okay, hang on. If this is a 6, could be there, could be here, I don't know. If this is a 6, wrong one, then I've got a 5 here. Oops. Well, a 5 or a 4. It's still a 4/5. /5. And here, well, if it were 4, I can't have a 4 here. This has to be a 5 or a 6. So hang on, it doesn't matter if that's a 4 or a 5. Yes, it does. Because if this wants to be a 4, then this has to be a 5. Rather, if this wants to be a 5, this has to be a 6. That makes more sense. So, yeah, this side, it can only be a 4 or a 5, but it can't be the same shape as this one. So given how limited we are in space, doesn't it have to be this? Is there another way around? 3, 4, 5, 6, no. But this really doesn't work. Range 4 to 6. I feel like somehow I'm being an idiot with this. Definitely not allowed a 7. No, no, no. We can't do that. We start again. Range 4. There's only 3 here. These have to connect. But I need greater here, and I need less here. Yeah, I don't think I'm doing anything wrong here. 5 and 6. And again, if this is down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I would have to fill this. But 6 cannot be less than anything. So it can't. If this is part of 4, somehow, maybe this. I perhaps have 4 here. No, this needs to be a 4. But 4 cannot be greater than anything. This does need to be this L. I would need 5 here. And I would need 4 here. 5 or 6 here, and 4 or 5 here. And clearly that's not going to fit. And I already explored this, didn't I? It's the same problem. That this can't emerge. This is what I've tried ad nauseum as well. My goodness. How is this one so hard? This is the hardest 3 ever. Okay. Gotta think. What do I know? I've written down most of what I know. I know that doesn't come here because 4 is not bigger than anything. This is done because it's met its 4. This comes out and therefore does this. It can't go that side. It has to be bigger than something, so it can't just be 4. This much, I can't see how this could be wrong. I mean, maybe it is, but I can't see it. I'm compelled to try this one more time. I can't do this, because 6 is not less than anything. So I would have to poke it out. I can't do this either, because 6 is not less than anything, plus that screws up the range. So it has to come this way. You would have to poke out. And then I got problems here. I can't make it 7. And I've got a problem there anyway. So it does not do that. It does this. It still can't go there. So either it's doing something like this, and something else comes in here, but same problems as before. Or it doesn't, and this comes from below somehow. Whether it's this, or something. This much seems sort of reasonable. Is that it? Did I get there? Oh, what a relief. I must have been so close to that several times. I don't know how I couldn't see that. Oh, my goodness. That one was such a struggle. Is that a new one? Oh, there's a 5 down there. Am I ready to look again at this? Oh, this is going to be such a long video. Yeah, I'm having another look. We're going from first principles. I'm so sorry. Okay. Try and look at it totally freshly. What I want to do is identify the 2s, 3s, and 4s. If I can identify those, then I can lock things down. So, I'm going to do the same thing again. Start the same way. Range is 2, therefore these two must connect. And these. Now I've got an inequality chain. U less than U, less than U, less than U, less than U. Is that strictly less each time? Strictly less, strictly less, strictly less, strictly less. I didn't even need to combine these two for that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different digits. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is the same. So we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now if this is 4, it must be here. It can't be 2, it can't be 6, so it must be here and it's done. So I, O, O, Z, T, L. I is gone. And then for the 2s, cross that off when it's done. Well, which is going to be right now. Oops. Well, let's just kill that. That's done. So the 2 is done. And then for the 3s, we've got the 3 I bar. And we've got the little L shape. So over here, we need 6. 1, 2, 3. If I go up, we would be saying 6 is less than something, but 6 is our maximum, so we can't. If we went down, same problem, can't. So we go right. If we go down, we break range on this one, and it can't go back on itself, so we don't. So we go up, that's 5. We need one more, we go up, that's 6. It's done. Where next? I've got another inequality chain here. I can't have 2s anymore. So it's at least 3. Strictly 4. Well, that means strictly 3, in fact. So this is strictly 3. And now I don't know which way around these go, but they're spoken for. I'll put a mark. They're spoken for. Now that those are spoken for and this is taken, this has to be at least 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. It has to be less than something and greater than something. But a 4 cannot be greater than anything because everything less than 4 is taken. So it must in fact at least be 5. And it has to be less than something and greater than something. So if it were a 6 is not less than anything. And yeah, there's that one as well. I guess that's the same thing. Broken in both directions. So it is in fact a 5, it's done. So I can enumerate the pentominoes too. So these are the 4s, these are the 2s, these are the 3s, and we got 5s. I'm going to have to bring them up. One moment. Pentomino. Okay. Alright, so the options are F, I, L, N, P, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Apologies if you don't remember what all of those are. I do by now. And this one is an N. So N is done. I don't like how I did that. N. Done. Oof. I still don't like it. L, N, P, T. Then we got U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. So N is gone. Okay, so greater than a 5 must be a 6. Less than a 5. Oh, sorry. What am I doing? 5 is less than 6 only, and 5 is greater than, well, 4 only, because we're not allowed the 3s, so I do, excuse me. So I do need a 4 here. What else have I got here? 4 is less than something, so this can be 5 or 6. 4 is less than something, 5 or 6. Now over here, we've got something less than something less than something. And I'm not allowed any 2s or 3s, so we've got 4, 5, 6. 4, 5, 6. Same here. Something less than something less than something. 4, 5, 6. Strictly, I'm quite sure. 4, 5, 6. And over here, we've got 4 or 5 here, and 5 or 6 here. But look, 4's, I bar is taken, and then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 others. 1, 2, 3, 4. They're the only options. So I'm not allowed any more 4s. No more 4s allowed. And if no more 4s allowed, then this can't be a 4. And this can't be a 4. So this would have to be a 5 at minimum, and in fact a 5 at maximum, because something needs to be bigger than it. So here we have a, here we have a 5. And here we have a 5. And here we have a 6. And here we have a 6. Again, any inequality we now see is a 5 one side and a 6 the other, because everything else is taken. Unless any 4s we see somewhere else can connect to the smaller sides. I need to look out for that. Well, this 4 is enveloped, and the other 3 are here, and this could connect to here. Is that what I missed before? Okay, so I need to clear... So they can't connect, and they can't connect. I mean, it's a chain, so you can't connect them anyway. Oops. You can't connect things in a chain. The left side could be part of this 5. It can't be part of a 4 though, so this is a 5. And this is a 6. Here... Oh, again... Yeah, this can't be part of this 4. So this is a 5, this is a 6. Same there. This 4 cannot possibly be here. So this is a 5. This is a 6. This 4 could be here. So this is 4 or 5. Arrow to remind me. This one, though, cannot reach another 4. So this is 5. And 6. I feel much better about this time. This, so this is a locked 4. Locked 4, locked 4, locked 4. It could potentially reach this, but no way could it reach this. Even if this being a 4 could, in some world, reach this. It can't be, because then it wouldn't be part of this one. So this is a 5. This is a 6. This is a 5. This is a 6. Alright, now, next, the O piece cannot go down here. So this is either an L or a T. L or T. And up here, this could be any, this could be any. Let's see if we can place the O. Or should I draw up some lines between incompatible things? They're compatible. Oh, there's not many I can join. Was that it? I think that was it. Okay, this needs to be bigger and cannot join that. So this is going to have to be 5 or 6. I'm almost certain that it's going to be 5 and 4. I think this is the thing that I didn't try before, and I think it's going to be it. It's going to make all the difference. Alright, so I've got to imagine here again. I think this is my next step. There's some stuff I could do, right? I could do this. And I don't know if it does this or this yet. So maybe nothing more I can do there. Let's see. I know this at least connects to here, because this 4 might do that, but then 6 would need to push this way. Here, even if this 4 were to stop, this 6 would at least need to come out 2 times. And there's no world where this 4 takes that spot. That doesn't exist. So the 6 does. The 4 also can't come all the way here because the I is taken. It has to be an L or T. So this 6 actually does have to eat that. That means, I don't know for sure it comes there, but it does extend here. And it's either L or L or T. So this much I know. What about anywhere else? Okay, here I think I go here next. So there's only 2 types of 3s. One of them is straight up. If this one is straight up, then this 6 would have to do something like that, and now this 4 is in trouble. So it is not the straight up one. It is a leftward bend. So, taken. And that means the other one is the long piece, and it doesn't fit that way, so it must go this way. That means this eats that. And did I cross that off? Yes, I did. So if that is connected to this, then this is a 5. And this is a 4, because it has to be less. And that gives me that these join. That gives me that L. And that's great, because that means this must now be the T. I can cross off the L. I can cross off the T. The O then must go here because, well, hang on. I haven't actually used up the Z, but if I continue this line of thinking, then I'm gonna have it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, look, this could be a T. Wait, no, that's only 5. Never mind. So to get it 6, this one now has to be a Z. So the Z is taken. I should have taken that move first. I just remembered it from earlier. I remembered it as being pretty ironclad. So that's done. That's done. That's been done for some time. So is that. So these are now joined and have to be 5. So now look, I've got the Y. Y is taken. So I can wipe those. I can wipe these, because this is also set. And that gives me the O here. Set. I'm so glad that I'm making progress on it this time. And it feels much more solid than what I had before. Oh look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we're done. So whatever that shape is called, I'll call it the Christianity cross. Or I guess it's a Satanism cross too. Either way. We got one of those. Let's be non-denominational, secular. Now, if this is a 5, oh look, this is done. So our T is taken. Oh, it already was. So we're going to have to join these. 1, 2, 3. And then to avoid these 6s, look, I have to do a W. Oh, this is all, it's all coming together. I'm just going to do some bigger crosses now because YX is confusing. Okay. Now you're going to have to eat this, so you're done. I can wipe that. Now look, you need to go somewhere, and so you're going to have to eat that. So you're either a Y, but I've already had a Y, or you're a T. So you're a T. Lovely. T, X, and gone. Now you could be a U, or you could be a long L. Both are available, so I won't touch you for now. Oh look, you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it's going to have to be there. So I was right about that U earlier. It felt right, but I don't think I was completely certain. Okay, you have to get out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you're done. you have to get out, and you have to get out. So you are together, you're 5, and the P is gone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is that 6? No. Could it be something different? No. Okay, and we've got that as well. Okay, this looks like it's going to be easy. 3, 4. It's going to have to be like this, isn't it? Okay, what now? I've already got P, so this can't be a P. That's interesting. So that means I can't do this. So I'm gonna have to poke it out this way, and then I don't know what else, but I will have to draw these lines. I imagine these 6s are gonna join each other. Oh, but if they do, then these 5s can't join, and they may need to. Oh yeah, they can. So I think, well, let's see, what have we got here? I can't have a 1, I can't have a 2, I can't have a 3, I can't have a 4. Have I had an N? I have. So this is going to have to be some kind of 6, and it can't go that way, so it's going to be this one. Done. Can't do that, can't do that, can't do that. So this has to grow, though I don't know how. Maybe I'll leave that for now. I think from here, I'm tempted to just sort of to flow at this point. So I think you're going to be a pyramid. I think you're going to be an N. No, I already have an N. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I shouldn't. I shouldn't make this mistake. Okay, what have I got instead? You can't go there. How much space is here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, say. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe. Already got that shape, can't do it. No? Okay, we can do this. Ah, do we have problems? Oh no. Need to find a shape that I can make. Oh no. Okay, okay, but now I can't do anything here. Uh-oh. What are you gonna be? Could have one of those. Oh yeah, I like that. I'm gonna have problems here, aren't I? Wait, I haven't had a 5 eye bar. I could have that. Oh, but then I've still got problems here. I could have this. But I can't do this. I've already got one. I've already got one of those as well. Okay, okay, okay. I should back up. I should back up. I'm pushing too hard on that. So, do I definitely have teardrop? Yes, I do. I'm not 100% sure that it's correct, but assuming that it is, I cannot make a ball here, because it would be a teardrop no matter which way I put it. So I do believe that those lines are there, and therefore that also. I've already got a W. Where's my W? Do I have a W? I crossed off W, didn't I? Where is it? Did I think this was a W? Or am I blind? Oh, there it is, there it is, there it is. So I've got a W, so you can't be one. But I've also got an N, so you can't be an N. Maybe I've screwed up some inequalities here. Four, 5, 6. 4 cannot be here. So 5, 6, 5, 6, 5, 6. This all looks right. Damn it. Uh-oh. Maybe there's a way to rearrange something back here. Like you, for example. Can you be different? And maybe I can clear out some of this and fit it again. Doesn't feel good to do, but I think I really am stuck up here. If you can't be a teardrop, but these are all 5s, could they be different 5s? Is there any other way to break up these 5s? Is there any other way for this 6 to go? I can't break them up like this. I can't break them up like this. Yes, I can break them up like this. That would say that L is taken. I don't know the sex dominoes. I'm not going to try to enumerate those or anything. And then I could have a 2x3 block here. These could be part of the same, maybe an F. Or a T. No, I think I've already got a T. Yeah, I've already got a T down here. So let's say that's an F. And then I bar and 6. Oh my goodness. I've already got one of those. We got there in the end. That was magnificently hard, but the end was a bit of a mess there, but the beginning of this last attempt, I'm actually very proud of. When I saw that I'd made a mistake in an inequality here, I'd made an assumption that wasn't true. Where was it? It was one of these, I think. Or was it one of these? Maybe it was both. But once I saw that, things seemed to flow much more smoothly. And that ended up being very enjoyable. But my goodness, that was hard. Good. Great, in fact. Where am I? I'm still not gilded, but yeah, that'll have to wait for the next part, since this video has gone on long enough. So next time, I will gild this area, and hopefully find everything that's hidden, though, of course, I can never promise to find everything that's hidden. They are hidden very well in some cases. I've got you. No, I don't have you yet, so I'll have to remember you. There's got to be at least a couple hiding in the trees. There's one there. What about behind? Looking down in the very bottom right corner here. Not seeing anything behind the tower, maybe? There is one, but maybe I could see that anyway. Yeah, I could. Wonder if there's anything hiding indoors or anything like that. Like there were back in that forest area. Sneaky hobbit holes. Oh, hello. That one's pretty sneaky. Hopefully I'll find that later. When I come back. It looks like there's... Had I seen this already? Yeah, I think I had seen that already. Anyway, this is the point at which I call it for now. There might be face next time, there might not. Depends if I can fix my camera. So, thank you so much for joining me. Till next time, bye-bye.